basically ended up getting one pupusa, and then I also got 3 tacos. This is my first time trying this place. I didn't like the horchata that I bought from there. I probably finished like 75% of it, and then I threw the rest away because it just wasn't good. I didn't like it when I tried it in the restaurant while I was waiting for my food, but I was kind of like too nervous to like ask them to replace it for me, if I'm gonna be honest. So that's on me. I ended up just getting a cheese pupusa. No, yeah, but the horchata was so bad. And literally, as soon as I got my drink, this lady was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I basically explained to her like what it is. But obviously, like I at this point know that everyone makes it different. I literally can't. It's good. Also, I'm watching the House Sisters. I've literally been obsessed with them. Okay, these tacos are giving very much Taco Bell. So, I guess we'll see. Okay, so far, the places I haven't, the places I haven't tried, they haven't got the tacos right. I got al pastor tacos, but this is not giving al pastor. Yeah. Nope. Okay, guys, so I just finished the food, and honestly, it just was not it at all. I literally give it like a 5 out of 10, maybe even a 4 out of 10. Ugh. I just went to get a Gatorade real quick. Guys, it just wasn't good. It was so nasty. Like, the only reason why I'm giving like a 4 or 5 out of 10, like the only reason why it's even deserving a rating, is because of the pupusa. The pupusa tasted what a pupusa should taste like. And I searched up the restaurant, and it did have like Mexican cuisine within the description, but those tacos were not giving Mexican. Those tacos were literally not giving Mexican. So I'm a little confused, just because I have never had tacos at a Mexican restaurant that had lettuce and tomatoes on it and sour cream. I was like, okay. I mean, I know usually we put that on like tostadas, or you put it on like sopes or like picadillos or whatever, but tacos, I don't know. It was giving Taco Bell, in my opinion. And then with the al pastor as well, it wasn't giving al pastor. Usually, I feel like al pastor is like pork, I want to say, and it's usually like red. So I don't know what that was. It kind of tasted like chorizo, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. The only reason why I would go back there is to try like their pupusas or like the empanadas, because I feel like they probably got those right, because those are hard to fuck up. Usually when I go to like my little corner store, I only get a drink, but I wanted something sweet, which, you know, I need to slow down on that because I haven't been going to the gym, but I'm gonna start going to the gym again this upcoming season. I might go back just to give it like a second chance at their other items that they have. But for the items I did get, I'm not getting again. Except for the pupusa, because that's like kind of hard to fuck up. Also, today, obviously, I decided to go out and explore. And I ended up going to where they have the finish line for the Boston Marathon. And I didn't go last year, and I'm probably not gonna go this year. But it was kind of very cool. It was like very cool to just see like the whole setup and just like watch them have all their activities and stuff. I think I think earlier that morning they probably had like, I don't know, maybe like the top contestants like do what, like 5K or something like that, and I think they like ran it in like 14, 13 minutes, which is insane to me because I don't think I could do that. Even now, like, it's like, I don't know, I just could not do that. That's like so hard. But it's also so impressive because like obviously they put in all that work. Um and then also after that, oh my god guys, I feel so bad because I made an appointment like for 1 o'clock, but I ended up getting to the like area kind of early. So I was like, oh, let me go around and like, go explore and all this other stuff, right? Um Sorry, I was just adjusting the little lens. And I ended up doing that, but then I like found some items that I wanted to buy, so I want to go try them on, like as you saw in like the previous clips. And by the time I was done and I was like ready to get like check out, I only had 10 minutes like till my appointment. And I was like, oh my god, this is gonna take more than 10 minutes just to check out and then for me to walk all the way back over there. So then I felt really bad. So I had to call them and be like, hey, I have to cancel, let me reschedule. Which I usually don't do that, but this time I just had to. So also I was planning on taking this camera out while I was walking around, but honestly, it was like way too crowded. And I'm really like scared about the gimbal on this camera, if I'm being honest. I heard it's just like really sensitive, and I don't like have time or the patience to like, you know, basically fix this if this camera were to break. And it's really scary because like right now I had it in my book bag and I had this case on it, but whenever I was taking it out, like it wasn't in the case anymore. And so I was like, what the fuck? Um, which I thought was weird because I'm like, did I not like put it in correctly or like what's T? And then also, I keep putting on the wide angle lens on this because obviously, like, I want you guys to see like more of the background or whatever. But with that, I keep forgetting to take it off when I turn it off. And when you turn it off, the gimbal like automatically like, readjusts itself when it's like the default setting or like to the default position whenever you turn it off. But with the wide angle lens, you're unable to like basically close it, and so it kind of does like this like additional movement or whatever when you turn it off. And I don't know if that's like good for the camera at all, but I've done that like 3 times, which is probably not a lot, but like I'm obviously trying to be very careful with the gimbal. Anyways, I ended up getting some items from Abercrombie just for my little trip that I'm going on or whatever. And I really liked the pieces, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting to pay that much for those like 3 items. I ended up paying like, I don't know, like 140 or something like that, which is kind of insane to me. But at the same time, I really did like those pieces, so I was like, let me go ahead and get them. So now that I have that taken care of, the only other things that I have to do is just basically get like a haircut and then go get my eyebrows threaded. Um, which I'll probably do that like maybe the weekend before I have to like leave and stuff. Just because whenever I do get a haircut, like I feel like my hair goes back really fast. And then also like recently I've just been wanting to like go like really, really short again because I don't like dealing with my hair anymore. I'm kind of just over it. And at some point I think I'm gonna go bald. Like I just don't like dealing with my hair anymore. Like I'm just kind of over it. So that's kind of where I'm at. And then literally this afternoon, um, and I'm like telling you guys about my day, which I was hoping to record this past weekend, but obviously like it was so crowded that I just didn't feel comfortable like having this camera out with like so many people and like people bumping into me, and it was just insane. Um, but maybe next week, I don't know. Which I don't know if next week is my last weekend here before I have to go. Yeah. Wait. Okay, no. Yeah, so I still have like 2 weeks or so before I'm basically dipping, I guess you can say, which is fine. Um, Basically it. I haven't really done much, honestly. Um, and that's mainly because, one thing was like having most of my attention, but obviously now that's over. And now I'm kind of just like recovering and just like, getting into the groove of things again. I definitely want to pick back up reading. I definitely want to pick back up knitting. Obviously, going to the gym just because this has been like what 2 or 3 weeks since I've been to the gym. So these are all things that I definitely want to do. So hopefully I'm able to do those and like pick those back up. And then obviously now that I'm like obviously now that I have more time or whatever, I'm going to start basically apartment hunting, which I've already kind of been doing and I've already been talking to like other people and stuff. And I've already toured like a few places. There was just one place that I really did like, but unfortunately, I just don't think it was in the works for me just because of, certain circumstances, which is fine. Um, but I did find this other place that I do also like. But the downside of this place is that it's kind of small, or at least the bedroom is. And like right now, I feel like my bedroom is kind of big. Well, not big. It's definitely small. Um, but whenever I was looking at the bedroom at this apartment that I'm looking at, it was just looking kind of small. And for the price, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to be paying that much for this small room. But I guess I'll see what I end up doing because I'm still on that apartment that I'm probably not gonna be able to get. Obviously, I already like put it down to the universe. If it's meant to be, if it's meant to be, and if it's not, then it's not. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, if I get that apartment though, or if something changes, then I'll for sure be like signing the contract for that instead of like any other apartment that I've been looking at. Um, and yeah, that's basically it. I know I was like kind of rambling and stuff, but that's just kind of like my little update for now. Oh yeah, I honestly don't have that much planned for tomorrow. I might try like a little bakery or something. Actually, no, I will try a little bakery and see what that's like. So